we are. We are on day 4 of our business training, putting on my frankincense. I love frankincense. It's really good for the brain, for the mind, opens up the breathing, helps me to stay focused. I spend a lot of time creating these educational videos, and so I need this oil to kind of like gather my thoughts and piece me together, I guess. All right, so today, if you have not seen our first couple videos, we have the introduction video, we have the learn the lingo video, and then yesterday we did discover your why. And I have all those links, so if you need them, you can check with me or your enroller, and we can get you that information. But today, we're going to talk about the comparison game. So this is going to be awesome because this information is really good for people when they first start this business. And we're going to take care of these issues right away. So that way people feel very welcomed to our group. They feel very equipped that no matter what walk of life they come from, that they can actually do this, that you don't have to start as a professional. If you saw our intro video, I told you that this training was created for somebody who has no business experience. They have no idea what they're doing, but they want to start a business. They want to build something for themselves or for their family that will last. And so we wanted anybody to be able to participate in this training. So by the end of the training, the idea is that you will become a professional and you will get really good at this. So today we'll talk about roadblocks, insecurities, and how you can overcome those things to become unstoppable. We're going to debunk these excuses that you may have because there really is no need for you to compare yourself to other people when doing this business. And if you stick along with me for the rest of this video, you'll see why. So comparing ourselves to others when it comes to building a young living business can be natural for people, right? When you have a lot of people together, like in school, in business, and any different thing that you do, comparing ourselves can be something that can become a roadblock, right? These next statements that I'm going to share with you may be things that you are going to hear in your own mind, or you're going to potentially hear them from others, right? We want you to be aware of these traps early on so that you can steer clear of them while working to build your business. Because after all, this is your business. You are an independent distributor with Young Living. We are here to help you. We're here to guide you along the way. But in the end, it's going to be all about what you do with this opportunity. So let's check out this first statement, okay? I'm going to share some statements with you, and then I'm going to spend a little bit of time debunking these statements and showing you why they are not true, and hopefully protecting you from getting caught up in this snare, right? So you may feel like this: I don't know anything about health and I can't share this stuff. So you may be a part of Young Living, you may love these products, you may want to talk to people about these products, but you feel like, I'm not so great in the health aspects. So exploring and adding healthy products into your life has nothing to do with someone's profession, okay? You don't have to be a nurse, you don't have to be a doctor, a nutritionist to share how you are using your Young Living products. There's many people right now in the health profession who are not healthy at all, right? And that doesn't stop them. So you don't have to be a professional health advocate in order to share your experiences, because that is what this business is about, is sharing your stories, sharing your experiences with other people about our products. So you don't have to be a health professional. These products have potential to change people's lives, and so all we need you to do is to share those experiences with others and let other people decide what they want with these products and with this business. So remember that. Just share your personal experiences. That should take a huge weight off of a lot of people to feel like they need to be something that they're not. You don't have to be that. So your job is going to be to point people in the right direction, to give them the answers to their questions when questions come up. Your job is going to be to send people information, send them links. There is a company called Life Science that has tons and tons of like books and resources, little books, big books that cover everything with essential oils with any topic that you can think of: emotional support, dogs, children, babies, yoga, exercise, supplements. So Life Science has everything you need. You can send people a resource if they sign up with you if you're not comfortable educating them right away. A big part of our job is sending people resources. Anybody can tell a friend or a family member, a coworker, how they put lavender oil in the diffuser and slept like a rock, right? Or anybody can tell somebody how they have changed their toxic cleaners for natural cleaners. Anybody can do that. It doesn't matter if you went to school or if you're a dropout. Anyone, whether a professional or not, can become a professional by sharing how amazing Young Living is. So I would like to think that I'm becoming more and more of a professional. The more that I learn, the more that I talk to people, the more that I share with people, I'm getting better and better at this every single day. People who are professional athletes, they don't become a professional athlete overnight, right? It takes a lot of experience, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of reading, a lot of articles. I mean, you're not going to become a professional in a day. And depending on how much time you put into this will determine whether you are professional. I think I heard a stat that is like somebody who spends 10,000 hours at something, that is when they're getting on the brink of becoming a professional. Crystal says, good point. There are a lot of people in healthcare that are not healthy, but that doesn't stop them from working in healthcare. I love that because it's so true, guys. Like, we need to debunk this myth of like we have to be perfect in order to do something, perfect, or to build something perfect for ourselves. So for me, like, you don't have to be perfect when you start, okay? The idea is the journey is going to make your life better and better as you go along. And I know that's really hard for some people to wrap their minds around. Okay, so here's another one. Do you ever feel like you need to be somebody else or look like somebody else, right? Or what about this? Sometimes we think like, oh, I don't look like this person. I'm overweight. Who's going to listen to me? I have this speech impediment, or I have this, or I have that. I mean, many of us have something probably about ourselves that we don't love. And you can either work on that and change that about yourself, like you can make that a priority and change that, and you can let that stop you from building a business, building something that will last a lifetime for you. I don't know about you, but I don't want to let these things in my life that I may not be like super excited about or super proud of, I don't want those things to stop me from building something that I feel could be incredibly magical. So another one might be, you're an introvert, you can't speak in front of people. I mean, there's lots and lots of different excuses and different things that we can tell ourselves that are not true. So I want to share this. If you ever get a chance to go to a Young Living convention, I highly recommend it because you're going to see lots of top ranking leaders there, and none of them look the same. None of them probably have the same passions exactly. We have similar passions. None of them are the same shape or size. They all have one thing in common, and that is they love these products. They at one point or another have fallen in love with these products, fallen in love with this company, and they love to help other people, right? So tell your story, be real, tell people the things that are hard for you, the struggles that you're going through, without, going too far with that, because you don't want to scare people away. Some people like to focus on their struggles and they stay in those struggles for many, many, many years. But the idea is we want you to be real, right? Be you. We don't want you to be somebody else. If you try to be somebody else, it's not going to be realistic for you, and it's not going to be something that you can keep up with long term. So you might as well, right at the beginning of our training, realize that you don't need to do that. We're not asking you to do that. So hopefully that makes you feel a little bit more free in building a business with us. The other one I touched on was I'm an introvert. I can't speak in front of people. I want you guys to know that there are many leaders that were terrified to speak in front of people. It's like the number one fear I think I've heard is speaking in front of people. But the beauty is we have valor. You can use valor. You can use frankincense. There's lots of different oils that you can use for courage to push you beyond what you think you are capable of. So it's a matter of trying, right? It's a matter of slowly stretching yourselves, like we shared in the other videos, like doing these slow stretches, these slow exercises to where they're not even noticeable in the long run. Like you're slowly stretching yourself to where eventually you will be able to speak in front of people. You will be able to do a class. You will be able to invite somebody over to your house to maybe like look at your oil kit. And again, there's going to be so many different ways to do it. So you don't have to do it the way that I do it or the way that somebody else does it. The thing that you need is the courage to start and the idea that like you do want to do this, your why, which we talked about, some goals. Those are the things that you have to have. But as far as how you do it, that is somewhat negotiable. Another thing that people allow to stop them is they might think I'm not on social media. So if I'm not on social media, then I can't build a business, which is not true. Social media is a great tool to reach lots and lots of people and also to stay connected with people if it's something that you're interested in. However, social media is not the end all. Young Living's been around for 25 years. People have been building a business with Young Living for a very long time. You don't have to have social media. Without social media, your business is most likely going to be made up of local friends, which is not a bad thing. You start with your local friends and family, they share with their friends and family, and then it continues to grow more organically like that. So local members are actually something that you should be very grateful for because you can build a really cool community of people if you have a local team. Social media is going to help you to be able to keep people more connected and help your business grow a lot faster, but it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't mean that your business is going to be stable if you build it faster. So there's a lot of different scenarios, which again is why you have to pick what is going to work for you. The last one I want to share with you guys is people may feel this come up, and that is, okay, I've been doing this business for 6 months or 12 months or a year, 3 years or whatever, and I am not growing as fast as so-and-so. Then you start to feel like, okay, maybe I'm not really cut out for this. What I want to tell you is that remember, the person that you're looking at who has grown this business really fast is probably committing 6 to 8 hours a day to the business, or they're spending lots and lots of hours on the weekends doing the business, and they're taking all this time to make sure they follow up with people. They're making sure to stay consistent with scheduling classes, doing all these different IPAs, which are income producing activities. So they're staying very focused on what they're doing. They're being very committed to what they're doing. You don't necessarily need all these hours to build your business. However, you do need to be realistic as far as how much time you put in it and how much growth is going to come from it. Okay? So if you do have lots of hours to commit to this, then do it, right? If you don't have lots and lots of hours, then what we ask is that you work smarter and not harder. Commit to doing these 30-minute trainings a day over the next 60 days and create your own personal journey. A journey that you can actually look back on and be very proud of. A journey that is different than everybody else's. So it's all going to be about what we each do individually that is going to add up to the big picture for all of us, which is another reason I love Young Living, is because it takes many of us to accomplish these goals. As a matter of fact, yesterday I talked with some of the people from my team and I asked them, hey, I have this idea to send out these postcards. Would you guys mind doing your part of the downline and you do your part of the downline? And so we all kind of work together to make sure that that is accomplished. So these examples that I've shared with you are roadblocks, and they're insecurities that we can put in front of ourselves if we're not careful. Okay? You take your story compared to somebody else, and then you tell yourself you can't do it if you're not like a certain person. This is an example of you building your own roadblocks. And seriously, like, who does that? Why build your own roadblocks? I want you guys to be conscious of this. I want you to be aware of this so that when these things come up, all of a sudden you start seeing this roadblock coming up in front of you, then you start to think like, okay, wait, they warned me about this. I'm not supposed to do this. That's not going to help me. So that's kind of the point of this whole training session. So you can be your own worst enemy, right? It's going to take you nowhere. It's going to discourage you, and it's going to make you want to quit. So do yourself a favor and don't do it. Okay, we want you to become unstoppable by avoiding all of these pitfalls, right? Avoiding your own insecurities that you're building up, and help you to see how to build a business with Young Living that is unstoppable. Give yourself permission, first of all, to be you and nobody else. Stay intentional about not comparing yourself to others when it comes to this journey, because we want you to be able to build something that you're proud of. Your story is going to be unique. It's going to change, and you're going to continue to build on it. It's going to continue to be unique as you go. So there really is no way to completely compare yourself to somebody else, because we're all constantly changing. So when you succeed, we want you to feel that feeling of like, okay, I'm not like everybody else, but I did it too. Like, I succeeded even though I wasn't this person, or even though I didn't do it the way this person did. So we all have something super special to offer that nobody else can offer this team. We all can work together to build something that is super exciting and special if we all are conscious and try to collectively avoid these pitfalls. Continue to create your stories and connect with your members or your non-members, your people who you are wanting to be your members. And as you learn each and every day about these products, you're going to continue to grow, and you're going to continue to have stories to share. You're going to continue to learn about new ways to present the material to people, to do classes. There's just so many ways to do it, and I think sometimes that is a lot of the reason that people get overwhelmed, is because there's not necessarily a right or a wrong way to do this. So if you want this, we want you to remember to connect to your why. So if you have not seen our third training, it talks about discovering your why. We want you to connect with your why, because this is also going to help you not compare yourself with other people, because you're going to remember why you as an individual are doing this. Once you discover your why, then we want you to link arms with the rest of our team. We want you to bring your friends in. We want you to link arms with your upline, with your downline, your crossline. If you don't know what those terms are, make sure you watch our Learn the Lingo training, which is our second training, and connect with these people, and then go for it. Do it together. You can 100% do this. I know it because I've seen it done by many, many people from all different walks of life, people who are very similar to me, people who are very different than me. So my closing is, who's ready to grow? Who watching this video is ready to take their business to the next level? If that's you, I want to give you, as I said in one of the previous videos, a couple action steps for today. I want you to take the time, and you can rewind this video, but I want you to take the time to list 3 things that you say to yourself regularly that compares you to other people. Okay? And then the second thing I want you to do is to list 3 things that makes you unique from everybody else in your life and gives you the power in achieving your goals and dreams. So what are your pitfalls? What are the things that you're doing right now that may be your roadblocks, that may be allowing you to compare yourself to other people? And then the second thing is to list 3 things that make you unique from everybody else And those are probably going to be those things that are going to give you the power to achieve these different goals and these different dreams that you are setting out to achieve. I hope you guys love this training. I will see you guys for our next training, which is going to be about mindset and positive affirmations. So the first part of this training is doing a lot of work as far as getting you guys kind of ready to develop yourself as a person. A lot of people will say with building a Young Living business that it's much more about personal development. And once you can naturally develop yourself personally, a lot of times that is when your business tends to succeed. So please feel free to share this video. Again, we will have this on our Whole Total Health education page. We have a YouTube channel that we're able to share this link as far and as wide as we want to. So if you do this training and you have somebody who's wanting to do it, feel free to share these links with them. If you have any questions, please reach out to your enroller. If you're not yet a Young Living member, you can reach out to the person who invited you to this training, or you can send us questions and we would be happy to help you along on your next steps. Have an awesome day.